Dear friends, welcome back to my channel Behind the Truth. Chandrayaan 3 is going to a place that is so scary. Know it? Chandrayaan 3 launched on July 14, 2023. This is the golden moment of Indian history. When the Chandrayaan 3 is going to reach the moon. It will fly to complete its mission. But now, Chandrayaan 2's lander is still in people's minds. Chandrayaan 3 is trying to crash on the far side of the moon. Chandrayaan 3 will try to land on the dark side of the moon. Chandrayaan 2 was crashing. Why is this place so dangerous? Why is India trying to land on this place again and again? In today's video, we are answering your question. And we are going to tell you the full story of the moon. Stay tuned for the end of the video. Friends, man is always happy to know the secret of the moon. And that's why, as technology has developed, the efforts to land on the moon have increased. And finally, on July 20, 1979, Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon's surface. From then on, the scientific moon secrets of the world have been solved. The moon is the fifth most important natural satellite of space. According to the moon is the most important satellite in South Africa. And according to this, 9 moons can be found in our Earth. It may seem like a star, but it is not a star. Rather, it is a star. The gravitational force of the moon is less, and it has no wind. That is why there is no weather here. The sun's temperature is 180 degrees Celsius and the night's temperature is -153 degrees Celsius. The moon does not have any light. And the shiny image of the moon reflects the sunlight on the moon. Other than this, due to the lack of gravitational force, the weight of the person on the Earth is not as much as it was on the moon. The weight of the person on the moon is less. When the moon comes between the sun and Earth, it is called the moon's moon. And at this time, the Earth's part is completely dark. Friends, the moon has gathered so many secrets in itself. And one more secret that has not been revealed yet is the dark side of the moon. This is the part of the moon that cannot be seen from the Earth. It is also called the far side. Now you might be thinking that the far side is the part of the distance that is understood. But what is the dark side? What is the meaning of the part? It is always hiding. It cannot be seen. The dark side is not a part that is in the darkness. The fact is that even in this part, the sunlight of the sun reaches for some time. And it reaches in the same way as it reaches in the future. But why doesn't it see? Because the moon is not visible from the Earth. It is connected to the Earth's orbit and Earth's orbit. Actually, the Earth is connected to the tidal force, which is a very special kind of connection. The more time it takes to travel on the Earth, the Earth's light does not reach here. The Earth's orbit is very high. In 1969, the Soviet spacecraft Lunar-3 took the first dark side of the moon. But when scientists saw these pictures, they were shocked. Because the moon area was completely different from the other side. There were large craters here. But the color of the sky was quite different. Whereas the sky was not visible anywhere on the left. This means that the sky was not visible on the inside. According to scientists, the reason for this is that the North Pole and South Pole are not thick. The moon's dark side is quite thick. Because the surface of the dark side of the moon is quite thick. This is why the outer surface is not visible. Whereas the North Pole's surface is quite thin. This is why the outer surface is visible. After NASA's mission, it has been clarified that the surface of the North Pole is 30 miles thick. This was a big question for scientists. Why? So, how did the advanced supercomputer get to know this? After listening to this, you will be surprised. In theory, it was said that when the Earth was hit by a rock, 2 moons were formed from its rock. That is, from today, 2 moons were formed in the sky 4 to 5 billion years ago. Along with time, these 2 moons would come to each other. And one day, both of them were in the same space. and the small moon was found on the far side of the moon and on the dark side. That is why the surface of the moon is much thicker. The moon's part is told that the sky is dark. It is a very deep crater. And the surface of the moon is completely covered with clouds. The heat is also very low. That is why the soft landing of any spacecraft is not easy. But this is the place where the moon was searched for in the one mission. In fact, there is very little heat here. That is why there is a lot of chance of getting a snowfall. There is no radiation from the sun to this place. That is why there is a hope of getting the sign of life here. And this place is not even explored much. And that is why India tries to get down to this place again and again. During the same place in Chandrayaan 2, because of some software glitch, the lander landed on the moon. And now India is ready to land on the dark side of the moon again and again. India has also taken a step from its old mistakes. This time, the moon was used as an advanced laser and camera in Chandrayaan 3. So that the moon's vast surface can be searched for a soft landing in the middle of the moon. In Chandrayaan 2, there was lander, rover, and orbiter. While in Chandrayaan 3, instead of orbiter, the space propulsion module is installed. If you read it, help from Chandrayaan 2 orbiter. The lander of the propulsion module, Chandrayaan 3, will leave the rover on the moon's surface and keep going up 100 kilometers in the moon's orbit. He will buy the communication work. He will collect the data from the rover of the moon and send it to the Earth. This time, the rover has been fully prepared for the launch of the Chandrayaan 3 mission. Its launch and rehearsal of 24 hours has been completed. The submission countdown has begun on July 13th. The mission has been launched on July 14th, thanks to Sri Harikota of Andhra Pradesh on July 13th. The launch of the Chandrayaan 3 mission is scheduled to be on the moon from March 3rd to 2. Friends, we hope this time we will reach the moon successfully and prove the whole world that we are not less than anyone. My friends, stay tuned as the story continues to unfold. If you found this video enjoyable, please share it with your friends. If you appreciate my work, your support will empower me to create more educational videos like this in the future. Until then, let's reunite in the next video. Thanks for watch this video.